Hi everyone, this is Linda, and I am going to do another short video on the positions that the candidates have taken, and this one is going to be on fracking. And fracking is an issue that has caused a lot of dissension between the Democrats and the Republicans, between Harris and Trump. And just today, I found out that Kamala Harris has completely changed her position about fracking. But even though she's changed her position, I want to go through what the candidates have said historically about their positions on fracking. So let's start with what is fracking. We hear that term quite a bit. It's a technique that is used by machinery to recover gas and oil from shale rock. Now, shale rock is composed of thin layers of rock. And under the thin layers of rock, there's a rock bed. So, fracking involves drilling into that rock bed and it create fractures in the shale. Chemicals are used to break up the underground bedrock, remember, behind the shale, and it's controversial because of environmental and geological reasons. Some countries believe that fracking causes seismic tremors, ultimately earthquakes. And they also believe that it pollutes the ground or the groundwaters as the fracking fluid leaks out of those little boreholes that they drill. There's also the belief that the gas can escape into the atmosphere from the fracking walls, contributing to global warming. So that's your science lesson on fracking. What are the pros? Well, Trump believes that fracking is the best way to extract natural gas. Also, fracking is a safe method of extracting natural gas. And fracking has allowed the U.S. to produce and even export more natural gas, increasing our national security and moving the country toward energy independence. The cons to fracking. The Democrats and Kamala Harris believe that the U.S. needs to transition away from all fossil fuels, including gas. They believe that fracking pollutes the groundwater, increases greenhouse gases, and causes earthquakes, as I mentioned before. And also, the belief from those who oppose it is that the U.S. should not stake national security and energy independence on a market based on fossil fuels that will eventually run out. I think the statistics are somewhere around natural gas reserves have 90 plus years left, and the lifespan of coal is close to 300 years. So when Kamala was running for president in 2019, she made the statement that she was in favor of banning fracking. And of course, that didn't play well with the working class people of the country. Now, because the Biden administration, Kamala included, wanted to ban fracking, they used some dirty tactics to curtail oil and gas production. Days after taking office, the Biden administration issued a moratorium on new lease sales on federal lands. This was blocked in court was blocked in court. So the administration decided they were going to take their time with issuing drilling permits and even auctions. The EPA then tightened up methane regulations, which increased production costs and reduced the economics of drilling. The administration also, in their effort to stop fracking, directed federal agencies to incorporate climate in their environmental reviews so they could block fossil fuel projects solely because of the CO2 emissions. Additionally, the administration reduced demand for oil and gas, mandating electric vehicles and barring new natural gas power plants. Another thing that they did to slow down the progress, permits. Permits were paused for new liquefied natural gas. These projects were really slowed down. And they were energy subsidies were given that made fossil fuel electric power less competitive. The administration proposed regulation forcing existing power plants to close. Remember, the goal of the administration and Kamala Harris was to achieve a carbon-free electric grid by 2035. One of the spokespersons for the Harris campaign, and this was recent, his name was Seth Schuster, said that no one will fight harder to address the climate crisis than Harris. She's proud to have delivered the most significant climate registration in American history with President Biden. So, many things are affected by fossil fuel prices. First of all, fracking works to make domestic energy resources available to the general public. That means fewer energy imports, fewer expenses, and fewer local jobs without fracking. In the U.S. right now, there are almost 2 million direct jobs in place because of fracking, and millions of direct and indirect employment. Most of the jobs pay above the national average and provide a good salary and benefits with an improved standard of living. Fracking has made it cheaper to access natural gas and crude oil. This translates directly into the commodities market and lower fuel costs. Fracking will allow possibly a drop in prices at the grocery store, and especially in gas stations. It won't cost as much to get food to the market. By 2035, direct employment as a result of fracking will employ almost 4 million people. Fracking increases economic activity, employment income, and even housing prices. After all of these underhanded tactics, and after pushing the belief that fracking should be banned, Harris suddenly did a 180-degree turn and changed her position and said she was not in favor of banning fracking. My question is, Can we believe that after everything she has said repeatedly and after everything the Biden administration has done to prevent fracking from occurring? Now let's talk about Donald Trump and his beliefs. He fought attacks on hydraulic fracking and other innovative and natural resources technology. His belief is that becoming energy independent will continue to ensure Americans will have access to dependable and affordable energy, because we need that energy to power our homes, our cars, our lives. And that may not be so much a benefit to those people who have lots of money, but to those of us who are on fixed incomes or in the lower income brackets, we need that. Banning would cause a restriction on American jobs, and it would have a negative effect on consumers, property owners, schools, hospitals, and even medical clinics. Promoting fracking and affordable energy, as Donald Trump has done, is essential for our national security. Trump is opposed to any policies that would make us vulnerable to dependence on foreign oil and natural gas. He believes that energy production and environmental awareness can go hand in hand. So he's not saying let's just go and frack. He says let's frack after we have done the research and we're using the best technology policy. And in this case, Trump has never wavered from his position. He has always believed, drill baby drill. And Kamala Harris has always believed that we need to ban fracking. So at this point, in my mind, I am comfortable with knowing what both candidates believe on fracking. And even though Kamala Harris has said now that she is changing her position, it's kind of hard to digest after her many years of promoting the ban. Ultimately, the decision is up to you. And of course, you can get in and you can do your own research on fracking like I did. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and maybe you've learned something from listening to this. Bye.